Do this to uncover your true self-worth. The great thing about self-esteem is that you can change it anytime. How you view yourself might differ from one day to the next, possibly even from one moment to the next. This is because you have specific ideas about how you should be living your life and what you want to experience. One minute, you might be living the life of your dreams. Everything is going perfectly for you, and you are living according to your values. That is beautiful. Your self-worth is high, as is your self-esteem. Then something happens to change your opinion. Your life suddenly plunges into turmoil because of factors you can't control. Your sense of self-worth might knock your self-esteem for a loop. At times, you bounce between varying levels of self-worth. Some days, your sense of self-worth is pretty good, and other days, not so much. At times, it seems to fall right in the middle. That your personal view of your worthiness can change is good news. It means that at any time, no matter what's happening in your life, you can improve your self-image and your self-esteem. This may seem hard to do when you let your exterior world define you, but it is possible. True self-worth is not attached to external possessions. Do you love the car you drive? Are you a proud owner? There's nothing wrong with those feelings. You may have worked and saved for a long time to purchase the automobile of your dreams. Good for you. Even so, that car is going to get old. It's going to get scratched, and you're eventually going to have to replace it. That car is not who you are. It might express your desires or personality, but it is not you. The same is true of your clothes, possessions, and relationships. These are all things that exist outside of you. They are not you. They are temporary external items and should not impact how you feel about yourself. Your true self-worth is what you believe about yourself, not what other people think. A person with a high sense of self-worth can enjoy possessions, relationships, and experiences without letting those things define him. This is important because those things are only guaranteed to be temporary. If you let money, possessions, or experiences define who you are, what happens when the fickle finger of fate removes those things from your life? Will your self-worth go to the trash along with the possessions? Will you suddenly become worthless? Ask self-reflecting questions to find your true self. Who are you? What are your most authentic beliefs? What do you value most? What do you appreciate about the person that you are? What are your quirks, the things that make you unique? What drives you? What are your likes and dislikes? What are your goals, dreams, and desires? Answer these internal questions to get a deeper understanding of who you are. When you know yourself well, you realize you are a product of your mind, body, emotions, and feelings. When you appreciate yourself for the things that make you uniquely you, your self-esteem and self-worth increase. This person is worthy of your greatest love and attention, regardless of what possessions, relationships, and experiences are currently present in your life. Don't let your circumstances dictate your self-worth. Star Trek was a groundbreaking science fiction TV series of the 1960s. A matter transporter was one of the technological wonders the show employed in many episodes. An object or a person could be teleported from the Starship Enterprise to a transporter on board another spacecraft or a nearby planet. Imagine that the fictitious transporter worked. You could teleport yourself from your current location to anywhere else on Earth. You could leave any environment or situation in just a few seconds and transport yourself to a much more favorable location. If you are familiar with the original Star Trek television series or the many TV and movie shows and films it spawned, you know how timely the transporter could be. Captain Kirk, Spock, Dr. McCoy, and others were often saved from imminent death when transported to a much safer and friendlier location. Transporting your self-worth. You have a virtual transporter in your mind. You can transport yourself to another reality whenever your experiences change. When things are going great, many people live in a high self-worth reality. When life gets tough, they shift their self-worth to a lower quality reality. We often allow our perception of ourselves to change due to our experiences. We allow people, places, and things to change our feelings. If we already struggle with self-worth, it happens more often than not. It's part of being human, a flawed human, that we all are. That doesn't make it right. It just means you need to be aware of the possibility of it happening. Keep this in mind. Your environment and your thoughts might change, but it doesn't change the unique individual you are. You are a good person soul deep. You are capable and worthy. So wherever you go, no matter what external factors are involved, there you are. There's no need to shift your self-worth. Feeling the need to flee doesn't happen to someone with a high level of self-worth. They recognize the person that they are inside no matter what external factors are happening around them. People with a great self-image and high self-esteem are comfortable in their skin. They don't change their opinion of who they are just because of the surrounding circumstances. This is good because our circumstances and experiences frequently change without us being able to stop them. Value yourself. Embrace who you are, warts and all. Intimately get to know your strengths and weaknesses, your skills and abilities. Respect the fact that you are a unique individual that has never existed before you came along and will never exist after you are gone. That's reason enough to respect and love yourself greatly. Admire who you are. You were created uniquely and are valuable to the world just as you are. Don't let your present circumstances change the way you perceive yourself, because they can change without any control on your part. For a greater self-image, create a self-worth checklist. Do you know someone who is always writing to-do lists? This might seem silly if you aren't that type of person. Maybe you get up every day and tackle life as it comes. Some people are very good at producing rewarding realities that way. Other people need to do a lot of planning. Research over the decades has shown that most people get more accomplished when they write things down. This applies to huge goals, as well as everyday tasks and responsibilities. Something extraordinary seems to happen when you take a pen or pencil in hand and write down what you're thinking about. Writing them down firms up the ideas in your mind, and your subconscious believes them. Where self-worth and self-esteem are concerned, scribbling can pay big dividends. It's straightforward. It can be done anywhere, and it works. You might have a pretty good level of self-esteem right now. Your self-image is decent, but who doesn't need a little more self-love and self-respect? Here's what you need to do. Write down the things that are important to you. This is important. Refrain from thinking in the back of your mind about your most significant values and beliefs. Instead, write them down. You can record these thoughts virtually on your phone or computer, but you should also go through the process of physically writing them out. You must come up with this list on your own. Don't copy something you see online. Think about what's truly important to you financially and physically, emotionally, spiritually, professionally, and in your relationships. Write down your thoughts and then walk away from them for a day. Come back and pick up the process. Take some time to think about this. When you have a list of the truly important things to you, it's time to create your self-worth checklist. This action plan gives life to your essential values and beliefs. It might look something like this. Eat more fresh fruits and vegetables and less processed food. Write down 3 things I'm grateful for every day. Say I love you to those close to me. Save $100 every week. Travel to at least one of my dream destinations every year. Those are just examples. They may or may not have any importance in your life. The idea is to give yourself a game plan that will help you create your dream reality. That reality is based on the people, places, things, possessions, and experiences that are important to you. You are the only person who gets to determine your self-worth. When you take action based on your important values, you feel good. You recognize that you live according to who you are and what you believe in. Do this regularly, and your self-worth, self-image, and love for yourself will improve. Healthy self-worth doesn't mean happiness all of the time. Are you happy every minute of every day? You probably aren't. That's a good thing. You would probably be suffering from an unhealthy state of mania if everything you experienced made you joyful. You wouldn't be operating with a healthy set of emotional radar. Incidentally, you probably aren't unhappy all of the time either. You experience lots of emotions. Your feelings come from how you experience the world around you, and they can change quickly. You are making a mistake if you judge your self-worth negatively because you don't believe you experience happiness frequently enough. Your self-worth has nothing to do with the constantly changing feelings and emotions you experience. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling. There are two things you should never do with your feelings. You should never judge them, and you should never feel guilty about them. Your emotions and feelings will change constantly. Sometimes they are driven by things you can't control. If a person makes you feel a certain way and you are unable to stop them, why feel bad for having the emotions you are feeling? When you feel anger, let the emotion happen and experience it. Feel whatever it is that you are feeling. Then, take yourself to a better place. Don't rashly act upon your feelings, and don't judge yourself either. According to a 2017 study directed by the Greater Good Science Center, people experience at least 27 distinct emotions. These emotions are simply tools that help you process your experiences and your surroundings. Sometimes they happen so quickly that you have no control over them. Only after you experience them can you get some sense of control over your emotional state. Acknowledging, accepting, and feeling those emotions are a natural part of our human makeup. You shouldn't feel bad or guilty for having them. You are not your feelings. Notice your emotions, experience them. You can even ask yourself why you feel that way at that time. Allow your feelings to be processed internally. Then, let them go. Do this without attaching the feelings to your self-worth. Your feelings do not make you worthy or unworthy. They are only emotions that need to be processed. The value you give yourself is something personal and internal. It doesn't change because of external factors. You are worthy of receiving respect, admiration, and love. This is true, regardless of what emotions the ever-changing world is causing you to feel. 5 simple ways to improve your self-worth today. When you embrace your opinion, no one can take that from you. No matter what happens in your life, good or bad, what you believe is a possession that can't be stolen. You get to decide how you think about yourself, so why not adopt the idea that you have great value and worth? A high level of self-esteem has been linked to less stress, more happiness, and success in many areas of life. The following 5 practices can boost your self-esteem today so you view yourself with more respect and admiration. 1. Express appreciation for someone important in your life. We all have people that we forget to thank. Unfortunately, we sometimes take them for granted. Take some time today and say thank you to someone important to you. This nice gesture might help them turn their entire day around. Another thing that expressing appreciation does is improve your self-worth. By recognizing others who do good things, you feel good about yourself. A sense of self-pride comes from saying something nice to another person. Letting them know you value them not only raises your spirits, but theirs too. 2. Do everything to the best of your ability. No matter if you're taking out the trash, washing the dishes, preparing dinner, or completing a work project, perform each activity to the absolute best of your ability. Even if what you're doing is mundane and straightforward, devote your attention to it. Take pride in your work. This shows that you respect yourself enough to give your best effort at everything. 3. Walk like you are someone important. Walk, move, and stand like you are someone important. Why should you do this? Because you are someone important. Their posture reflects a person's self-worth. Make eye contact. Have a comfortable and confident smile on your face. Keep your head up instead of looking at the ground when around other people. Walk, talk, and act like you are a person of great character and worth, because that's exactly who you are. 4. Do something selfish every day. It's okay to be selfish as long as your actions don't come at the expense of others. Do something positive for yourself every day. It doesn't have to be big or expensive. Just do something that makes you feel good. This is the single most powerful way to improve your self-image and self-respect. 5. Start speaking up. Stand up for yourself. Speak up if you must. This can be difficult at first, but your self-worth and self-esteem will soar when you do. Everyone should feel good about who they are. You are worthy of your love and respect, admiration and attention. Self-worth is a gift only you can give to yourself, so start using the 5 practices above to boost it.